Okay, welcome to the bracket episode 140. Today we're debating a great topic, I think. Little things that make you feel like a hero. Very great topic. Shout them out on Twitter. The guys submitted this great one. The Chicago boys are doing, what is it, Barstool Camp? What is it called?
Barstool.
Camp. I had a 50-50 shot and fucked that one up. They're out there, but so today we have all New York crew. We got Klemmer, obviously Tommy, Glenny Balls, Pat, Vibbsy, and I believe Dana will be jumping in at some point later on. We have a very big group coming up, but
He'll be jumping in, or he'll be slowly walking.
slowly waddling his way
Rolling in.
Yeah, rolling in.
Oh, we don't need these.
But before that, let's talk about one of our favorite sponsors here, Game Time. Did you know that you can get tickets to AFI opening up for 30 Seconds to Mars in Charlotte, North Carolina at the PNC Music Pavilion tonight for $20? That's with Game Time. $20, you get 30 seconds to
go.
Yeah, that's a great. Are you going to Charlotte? Isn't that crazy?
I am tonight.
There you go. You got to go to AFI tonight. Miss Murder, great song.
Murder, yeah.
But yeah, you can do that all with Game Time. We love Game Time here at Barstool Sports. Football season's here too, and while we can't wait to get out some games in this fall with the help of Game Time, the official ticketing part of Barstool Sports, I'm using them to go see the Chargers in Charlotte. Actually, going there for a wedding later in September. So
I use them to see a Broadway play. Oh,
I did
Mary.
that
And I don't even like, I'm not a Broadway guy, but it was great. And it was extra great because tickets were comped by, we got discount on Game Time.
Yep. Did that with to go to see and Juliet as well. Again, you know how much we love Game Time. Now the brand new Game Time Picks feature, they're making it easier than ever to get to a game. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only the incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Again, I was just looking for tickets for AFI. They got it straight through the Game Time Picks deal for great seats and only, again, $20. So just pull up the chosen event and turn on the GT Pick setting at the top of your screen and browse the best local Game Time Picks deals near you on your Game Time app homepage. So what are you waiting for? We're going to go get those 30 seconds to, or Tommy's going to go get those 30 seconds to Mars tickets right now.
Fuck yeah.
Download the Game Time app today and use code BRACKET to easily score great deals on the new Game Time Picks. What time is it? Game time. I like it. That's new. That's new from them. That should have been their thing the whole time. First matchup of the day, little things that make you feel like a hero. 5 seed versus the 12 seed. The 5 seed is finding something that someone else lost. So someone loses something, you find it for them, and you get to be the hero recovering it for them. And that's going up against the 12 seed, stacking up plates and dishes for the waiter before they come around to pick up the dishes.
No fucking thank you. Not my job. Not my job, brother. You're getting a tip. You're stacking those dishes yourself.
Suck it. We'll start with Vibbsy then. Vibbsy, what do you think? Finding something that someone else lost or helping stack up the plates and the dishes?
I always help stack up the plates. Sorry, Pat.
Western bumpkin.
I don't think it's that. I think I'm just always I'm just anxious and I need something to do. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna fucking stack these plates. There's nothing better than when someone like drops like a wallet or something in like the airport and you just go, sir, ma'am, you dropped this, and everyone's like, wow, that guy's a fucking hero. That makes me feel good. So I'm going with giving someone that they lost.
Finding the lost thing for Vibbsy?
Yeah.
Yeah, same exact thing. I'm not stacking plates. I don't work at the restaurant. I'm paying you to do that. Stack the plates yourself. It's not a hero's job. You're not helping anyone. I guess the waiter.
You are helping them.
Yeah, but that's not like heroic. I feel like someone loses something, there's an element, they're panicked, they got to find it. That is much more heroic. That makes me feel like a hero. That's what I'm choosing.
Have you ever found anything like of importance to somebody?
No, but I did. My wallet fell out of my pocket on a city bike on 7th Ave here on the street, and it was gone for 2 days, and I just started canceling my credit cards. A gynecologist on Central Park South found it, called me, said it was him and his kid's project for 2 days to figure out like who I was, and he actually showed up here at the office, and I had like $200 in it, and I was like, here, do you want this? And he was like, I'm good, bro. He's like, I'm a doctor. I'm a pussy doctor. I don't need $200.
2 days to look at a fucking
Right?
ID.
I guess because my name is.
Will you?
Well, they're doctors, they're not detectives.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Apparently.
Might have been like the first time he'd ever met a gay man, honestly.
Yeah, he's probably trying to keep me away from his kids.
Yeah. He's bad for business for you. You're bad for business for him. Glenny.
Can I ask you a question, Kenjac? Is there an airport-related one on here?
There are some airport ones, yeah.
Is there anything with an airport tray?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna go with finding lost.
And tell me how that affects things.
Because because immediately when I forgot to submit my favorite thing, which is putting the airport trays in at security, and that immediately when Kenjac just mentioned the waiter and the plate thing, I feel like it's a very similar thing. So I don't want to waste my shot on that if that's coming up. So I'm gonna go with the lost thing. But if it wasn't, I would equate this kind of to that same vibe. So I would have gone that. But if that's on there, I'm gonna go with the 5 seed.
Tommy?
I'm a big stack plate, especially if there's a dirty napkin. If I have a dirty used napkin, I love to put it on the plate so they don't have to grab. That's just like common courtesy. I don't want them grabbing my fucking gross napkin with their bare hands. So I do that a lot, and you do a lot of times get, oh, thank you, like a nice thank you from the server, which Jesus, your water.
I haven't.
It's not even. That's not even your table. It's Glenny's table.
Glenny, it must be Glenny's water.
It's
then.
his water, and he took my table.
You drank the water. We all
Yeah.
saw you.
Anyway, but I don't know if that makes me feel as heroic as like finding. So I remember when I was like super young, like my cousin lost a ring or an earring or something in my grandma's pool, and we all were just searching in the pool, and I was the one that found it, and I felt like a fucking Superman. That does really make you feel heroic.
Made that up.
I made that up.
Is there such a story?
Yeah. It was the biggest thing I could think of.
Bracket clout.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with the finding lost item.
You know what I think might be even better than the actual stacking is like when you're the person that passes the dishes to the
Yeah.
or you pass them for them. You know what I mean? For the
Returning
waiter.
menus.
Yeah, that too. You
everyone's
stack up the menu.
menus, yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one too. Klemmer.
Yeah, with the plates, I'm always afraid I'm going to fuck something up. Like, they have to carry back so many plates that if it's probably not in the right order, I imagine it's harder to stack them. So I don't want to, like, stack them in the wrong order, so I always kind of let them stack them.
Mm-hmm.
Finding a lost thing makes you, like Tommy said, you do feel like a superhero. Like, you feel like a god. Like the kindest man in the world. Like Vibbs, like you said, if someone, especially in the city, drops a wallet, sir, and you point to the wall because I don't want to pick it up. And not only does it show you're a hero, it also shows you're not a thief.
Mm-hmm.
They shoot you in the. You pick it up to give it to them. They shoot you in the chest.
So yeah, definitely that one.
That one. So the finding the lost one is gonna move, or lost things is gonna move on.
Has anyone ever found like a lost dog and returned it?
I want to so bad.
I found dogs in the street and like was like petting them, and the owner ran over and was like, "Oh, thank you," and like I didn't like deliver the dog to the
Get away
owner.
from my fucking dog.
Why are you stealing my dog? But yeah, so dogs off leash, yes, but I never actually returned it to a
I
different
may
home.
steal a dog just to return it.
Like there's people that like set fires just to put
Yeah.
them out. Yeah.
I want it to be like a big family with like kids, so I can see the look on the kid's
Yeah,
face
yeah,
when I
yeah.
return it. I'm like,
That's
yeah.
like Francis. Francis would say he would want his plane to be hijacked so he could stop the
Stop the
terrorists.
hijack. Yeah.
He's like dreamed about that forever.
He's like Mark Wahlberg, yeah. So now we have the 4 seed versus the 13 seed. The 4 seed is putting away shopping carts, which that's one where I think it's just normal. You're supposed to do that. I feel like if you leave it somewhere else, you're a dick.
Seeing something on Twitter the other day or TikTok, like the shopping cart theory, or like
Yes.
it's the number one way to tell if somebody's a good or bad person. if they were-
Because there's no rule saying it. So like if you do bring it back, it shows you're like a good person because there's no reason you have to do it. You're doing it simply because you're a good person.
It's like at Aldi or whatever, they do the thing where like you have to put the quarter in too, right? And like, is that supposed to like incentivize you to bring the cart back instead of running away with it? Or
Yeah, because when you
somewhere
bring
else?
it back, you get your quarter back. It's a deposit.
It's a fucking quarter.
Never heard of that.
Yeah. And that's going up against the number 13 seed, reaching up and grabbing something for a short person. So when someone can't reach something, you go up and get it. You also counting underneath this is like grabbing someone's luggage out of their overhead for them. So if it's like they can't reach up in the overhead.
Old lady on the plane.
I got a story for you guys.
Or the supermarket, like they can't reach the top thing.
Yeah. So start with you, Klemmer.
So what's the exact thing we're trying to do today?
Which thing makes you feel more like a hero?
Like a hero.
Yeah.
Okay. So the shopping cart theory, like Tommy said, is proof that you're a good person. But another thing makes you feel more like a hero is if I can reach, I can use my abilities, my superpowers to reach something that a short person cannot. So that I'm going to say that one for that reason. I feel more like a hero.
Yeah, one for the reaching.
Yeah, I think returning the shopping cart, it doesn't make you a hero as much as it makes you not a villain. Like as much as it makes you just not a piece of absolute shit. I think going out of your way to like, yeah, I'm really thinking about the plane, like putting it up for an old lady, taking it down. I go out of my way. I try to find old ladies on my plane.
Sit
I
next
to you do.
Her fucking luggage.
What the fuck did that mean?
Is there any old lady next to me? I got to take her fucking luggage down. So I'm going to go with that one.
Another one for the helping the strip people.
Yeah, I mean, putting the shopping cart away, like Tommy and Klemmer just said, it's just so dictionary. If you don't do it, you should burn. You should literally burn. But I got a story for you. Listen to this, fellas. A few weeks ago, I'm flying home, Nashville to New York City. Got upgraded first class. I'm seat 1C. There's a little actor in seat 3A by the name of Matthew McConaughey.
Oh.
We land. I'm sitting there like an idiot, like standing up half over my seat, like trying to like get a glimpse of McConaughey kind of, because he's behind me, row 3. He walks up right to me. We make straight eye contact. He grabs the girl behind him. She's like, "This she in the blue right here, ma'am?" Grabbed it. I was like, "Holy shit!" I heard the voice. We made eye contact. McConaughey picked up the bag. It was fantastic just because of that, and it's McConaughey. McConaughey's doing it. I want to do it. I'm going with seed 13. Also, I can't really experience the short. I'm kind of a short, so it doesn't really matter for me. People grabbing something for a shorter person, but the bag thing in the airport, that really makes it. That's a good thing.
I think maybe just because we're dudes, but like I don't think I've ever seen someone try to grab something for a shorter man.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I had a guy get me a bag last week on a flight because I had to.
Oh no!
It was.
He's probably trying to fuck you, Glenn.
It's not like it seems. Once again, I got upgraded to first class because I'm near diamond, and then I got upgraded late though, so I had to put my bag in the back. So I had to be like, hey, could you grab me that bag, pal?
Oh, actually, someone did that for me yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like,
That's different. That's not worse.
Yeah, it was just like a couple rows behind me.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you're at the supermarket and the guy
Yeah,
comes
somebody's
over.
at the top shelf. Can you reach?
But McConaughey did go out of his way to get this woman's bag. He went to the first row, got her bag. He was like, "Thank you, ma'am." And I was like, "Holy shit!"
What do short men do? Like, so can you reach the top shelf of the supermarket?
I mean, Glenny's not.
Whoa.
That's a fair question. Can you?
Klemmer.
I don't go to.
Oh yeah. Oh, now you're moving your sights.
I don't go to a
over
fucking
me.
supermarket.
Come over there and beat your ass, old man. I don't help you cross the street, you old fuck.
No one is arguing I am old. I am obviously old, and I'm also very skinny. But I'm tall, and I don't know what do short men do.
I
who can't
don't-
reach the top shelf.
I
Because
don't
the
go
top
to
shelf
a
is
fucking
sometimes
market
pretty
for
high.
giants, bro. It's like maybe the top level is right here.
Well,
No,
maybe in New England the shelves are much higher.
Balls, you can't reach this. You guys can't reach the top.
Everybody knows that about
It's a regional
Everyone
thing.
knows-
No, New York City supermarkets are tiny. Like they're like it's like back there.
Yeah, no, I
they're
got you.
Lilliputian. Yes, in rural areas.
Balls,
supermarkets-
you cannot reach the top supermarket shelf.
in New York
Clam
City.
chowder
Yes.
and high shelves at supermarkets.
You can reach the top shelf.
Thank you, Pat.
What do you mean?
Stand up as high as you can.
You definitely.
Oh, easy, Glenny.
No, you might have to like. Might have to like coax it out.
Something's way in the back.
Might have to like coax it out.
Yeah, if something's way in the back, I have trouble reaching it back home at the supermarket. So I just don't know what do short men do. Do they ask for help? It's kind of must be a mask.
You just don't get that product.
Yeah, you just never buy that, whatever it is. Honestly.
Why don't you beat the shit out of Clemmer?
the fuck?
I just want to go to a supermarket that has that.
No, for real. I think in more rural areas, supermarkets are bigger.
My supermarket at home literally is maybe the top of my head. I'm 5'8". Maybe the top.
New York City stacks them high because there's limited space, so they got to go vertical.
True too. That's true.
I think you could reach anything in your tippy toes, basically, for more or less.
So,
Unless you're
well, you
like
5'8"'s not that short.
I'm 5'8". I'm the average
normal
male
height.
size.
That's very
Yeah, that's
normal.
not short. Like what? Like what if you're a guy that's 5'4"?
Get back to McConaughey. Okay?
Normal
He was on a plane with fucking McConaughey.
I was seat row 1. He was row 3.
You were just on top of the fucking world talking about how you're first class with McConaughey, and this old bastard just dragged you down to hell. This world he had to break.
It's a good question. It's a fair question.
at the supermarket.
So right now we're 3 for the reaching for the shorter person. And I'll vote in place of Danda until he gets here. I would go for the reaching as well. I just think that there's
We
just
just change it to reaching for luggage instead of for the shorter person.
Pat.
Yeah, same thing. I don't like it when like if I get spotted, like, ooh, there's a tall guy. He's gonna get my fit. It's like a little embarrassing. It's like relax. I don't enjoy it. In fact, I might hate it. I don't like getting things for people out of high places. It makes me feel like an animal, like a circus freak. Like, look at this tall.
Ants, monkey.
Yeah, look at this tall freak. Oh, look how high he can grab. What a freak. I don't enjoy that. But it is much more heroic than shopping cart because if you don't put your shopping cart back, you're a piece of shit.
Vibbsy.
I feel like I should save this story for the airport trays. One time there was an old lady in TSA who couldn't put her like tray or suitcase up on the thing, so I helped her, and I was already like stacking some trays, and she was like, "Wow, you must work here." And I was like, "No, ma'am, I don't work here. I'm just a normal guy."
Just a
I
regular
work for the United States of America.
Yeah, I'm just a good dude. But it's helping. I'm not the tallest person in the world, but I do help, 5-foot ladies at the supermarket or something get their fucking shit down. I'll help every once in a
How
while.
often do they help you get your Cheerios at the supermarket?
Yeah. I get those myself, Glenny. Even though the rural
supermarket.
supermarkets in Indianapolis are much, much bigger and the shelves are higher.
Aren't they?
No, they're the same.
If all the any
New York supermarkets suck. They're all tiny. They're the worst.
Yeah, they blow, yeah.
the worst. They're tiny.
I don't go to supermarkets.
Yeah, I'm like there by accident.
If I go, I'm like proud of myself. I'm like, ooh, you went to the
Right.
I love the
supermarket
supermarket.
today? You're fucking.
I'll go on
Supermarkets
like
here
a
are horrible.
Sunday where I'm like, like I'm going to the gym this week and I'll buy like 3 things of grilled chicken, 3 meals. I'll eat one of them, throw the other 2 out.
Oh, always.
I love going to the supermarket. Just the options. The world's your oyster. You can do anything.
No, but you can't because if you don't know how to cook, you can't do
That's
shit.
true. Well, yeah.
All I see is just foreign objects, unassembled meals when I'm in the
Hey,
supermarket.
when you see foreign objects
I feel
around here, right?
I
Nothing like
I
it.
feel poor when I'm in the supermarket.
Yeah, I like going there just to, just get my faith in humanity restored when somebody lifts to the top shelf and gets me my soup.
Oh, you must work here. Getting
No,
me the
ma'am.
Cheerios.
I'm just a guy.
So the reaching up for the short people is going to move on. Now we have the 8 versus the 9 seed. The 8 seed is swerving to avoid running over or hitting an animal of any kind. A lot of people submitted this. I was just like, I thought that was just kind of normal. But I guess if you really avoid killing something, that's a good thing for the most part. And that's going up against the number 9 seed. I just called it traffic courtesy. So if you wave someone ahead in traffic at a 4-way stop, if you let someone merge when they're like stuck and no one is letting them go through. So anything in traffic where you show someone a courtesy and let them get through and get them out of the jam.
Would you include in this like stopping someone from walking and getting hit by a car or no?
Not off the top. I mean, yeah, we can include that underneath that. Yeah. You want to put that borderline? Yeah. So let's say traffic courtesy versus swerving to avoid hitting an animal. Start with you, Vibbsy.
Yeah, I feel like swerving to avoid an animal is just like a normal. It's like instinct. Yeah. I was talking to one guy though who's like a motorcycle. He did motorcycles cross country. He'd be like, yeah, out west you ride motorcycle. He's like you can get going like 120 miles an hour and you're just riding, you're just going. And I was like, what happens if an animal runs out in the middle of the road? He's like, you just go right through it. He's like, that chopper cuts through it like butter. And
Jesus.
I was like, oh God.
Christ.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say traffic courtesy. It's just always when you go ahead, go on. Oh, you feel like a big man.
They give you the wave back. But they don't give me the wave back.
Oh, they don't give you the wave back. Now I'm angry.
But I feel like a lot of times you do that, it's out of necessity because the other person isn't clear on what they're going to do. Like, rarely am I like, oh, you go lad. It's like, no, this person is a fucking idiot. I don't know which way they're going. I might as well just let them
Like you're
go.
taking command, though. It's kind of nice. It's like, I'm the alpha. I'm telling you to go.
That's true.
You're the general of that fucking intersection.
Exactly.
Yep, this is mine.
Again, when they don't give you the wave back. Like
Oh, it's infuriating. Yeah.
So we have 1 for the traffic courtesy, Pat.
What was it? Traffic courtesy again?
Versus swerving to avoid animals.
Who is that guy?
Oh, no.
Beats me.
He's got an aura about him, though.
He does.
He's on boy dad, it looks like. So.
I kind of thought it was Tim Dillon for a second.
He has jelly roll aura.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
a
'cause
big
he's
guy,
big,
yeah.
We're in a big dog
Sorry,
show.
we're in a South Park Big Dog show.
Yeah.
He's wearing a South Park big dog.
Yeah.
That's
You're all
awesome.
right in
What
my
was
book.
it, Kenjac?
Swerving to avoid animals versus the traffic courtesy.
More heroic is saving a life. Traffic courtesy. Or no, animals.
Or
Sorry.
swerving to
Animals,
avoid the
animals.
animal.
Yeah.
I would do the traffic courtesy. I think more specifically the letting someone merge when they're stuck, because like that feeling is the worst when you're in that situation. So when you get that little empathy going, you're like, you can move on in. It feels great. Glenny?
See, I don't love either of these. So when I immediately think of traffic courtesy, I'm thinking of when everyone is waiting to go onto like a new highway civilly, and then there's that one asshole that goes to the front and then tries to get in. Like, should I let that guy in?
Not this. Not the scenario I'm
You're an
thinking of.
enabler in that.
No, I should not let this
I
guy
hate
in.
that
That's what
person.
I'm thinking of immediately when I think of this.
I'm thinking they're coming in on an exit. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, but that...
Wait, what do you mean?
I guess by default you have to do traffic courtesy because I don't understand if I'm driving down the street, how could I not slow down for the squirrel? Am I supposed to just
They're
drive
not
through
up
it?
against each other. What's up?
Yeah,
Serving to avoid the animal. versus
traffic courtesy against the...
Oh.
It's saving a life versus letting an
Thought it was
idiot
all-
do something that they should already be doing.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess I'm going to go with animals by it's a good point from Pat, but it kind of just should happen instinctively.
So we're 2-2 right now.
Yeah.
Tommy?
I mean, yeah, this is a tough one for me. I'm not a big driver, but here's what I'm thinking of. If we're including in traffic courtesy, like stopping someone from getting hit by a car, a little move for the fellas out there. You're on a date with a girl. Maybe you're walking through the city, kind of in charge. You're taking the lead, like crossing the streets or whatever. You're about to cross the street. You see a car coming. You speed up. Knowing that it's coming. You speed up a little bit, and then when it's about to come, you stop and you put your arm up right in front of her. And so she, oh my
fake
god,
psychopath.
Fake plan a car crash?
You just saved my life. Like, thank you so much. And it's all a plan. It's an elaborate plan. You
fucking
Or
Dennis
isn't she
Reynolds,
like, you're a
dude.
shitty driver? Like, you don't know how to drive.
no. You're not a
No,
driver.
he's saying
I'm
he's a
you're
shitty
on
pedestrian.
Oh,
foot. You're on foot, about to cross the street.
Oh, I've done that, and someone's about to go, and you kind of do this.
Yeah, and you stop them. But I'm saying you purposely do it. You
that's
start to cross when you see a car coming,
Okay.
and like maybe you're taller than her, you have the angle where she can't really see the car coming, so you
psycho.
start to step out, and you know that car is fucking coming. You know it's coming.
That's risking
You're
someone's
gonna
life.
step out, and then boom,
Holy
I
shit.
got you, baby.
You're a nut
I'm going to
job.
change my pick actually to traffic courtesy, not
Man.
because of Tom, but because of that made me think of like stopping short. Like growing up, like if your dad's driving in the front seat, he stops short. I'm like, oh, that's heroic. He put his arm right in front of you. I'm changing to that. That counts as traffic courtesy.
I like that. Traffic courtesy, Klemmer.
Yeah, I mean, hitting animals, that's like kind of sociopathic. Like if you're like, and if you're not, it doesn't make me feel like a hero when I swerve to avoid an animal. I feel like it's like that's what you do.
So I think the idea of this is like you feel like heroic that you didn't kill, not like wow I should have killed that animal. Like
No, I
heroic that
feel
you
I don't feel heroic that I didn't kill the animal. I feel like that's like basic.
Like you've done a good thing, is what.
Yeah,
you're
you
saying.
feel
Yeah,
like-
I don't. No, I don't feel like. I feel like it's like pretty basic. When I do the thing where I let the person in front of me, I feel like I did a great thing. I feel like a great man. So I'm definitely gonna pick that one.
Yeah. I'm more like, that animal, we're building roads in its habitat. We're ruining everything.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
If I hit the animal, I would feel devastated.
Yeah.
Avoiding the animal just seems like normal.
Yeah.
Traffic's going to move on. Now we have the 1 versus the 16 seed chain game. We'll do the chain game first. I like this one from Tommy. Going really fast on a checkout line or some line where everyone else is going really slow and you keep the line moving. I go so fast when I see that
When
situation.
it's like a long line, and there's people up there going slow, and you kind of give a look back. I got this, guys. I'm gonna be really fucking quick, and then you're quick, and you keep the line moving. Great feeling.
Retweeting something about a missing person or a GoFundMe.
Ah, that's great.
Nothing makes me feel better. I'll be scrolling through. Missing 9-year-old, retweet, move on with my day. I may have just saved a life.
A missing 9-year-old in like Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Exactly. Yeah.
Followers are there. You're like,
I
yeah,
have
sure.
8 followers in Santa Fe, New
Yeah.
Mexico. They might stumble upon this guy.
You said, when I caught my friend James's hamster right before it hit the floor in first grade after Gina dropped it.
Yeah, right
Oh,
before
Gina.
second grade, James's birthday party. It was just me, James, and Gina. Went to Adventureland, then we went back to his house. We had a hamster. Gina's holding the hamster, and like the total clutch she was, she drops it. I catch it with one hand, right before it hits the floor. And then, me and Gina kind of, she was like, wow, like, that was amazing. You're amazing.
I'm pretty sure hamsters have like no bones. They would have been fine.
Well, Gina and James don't have to know that.
Hamsters don't have bones?
Not bones, but it's like I think you could very much drop a hamster.
Very malleable bones.
Yeah.
They are definitely pretty lightweight. And they always die in the most horrific circumstances. Like they somehow crawl into a washing machine or something.
Yeah, if not, you can buy a new one for like
Sucked up by the
$3.
vacuum.
Yeah, sucked up by the vacuum. And then lastly, saying heads up when someone's about to get hit with something. Just throwing up that. And they actually stops it from hitting them. Like they get out of the way. So going really fast on the checkout line, retweeting a missing person or GoFundMe, Tommy catching the hamster, or saying heads up or before something's about to hit by something. Start with you, Klemmer.
The line thing makes me feel pretty good. I gotta say the retweeting. The retweeting is that's like, oh, like I said, I did my good deed for the day. Yep, yeah, and yep.
Yeah,
That family that lost their whole home due to a fire, Yep, I'll retweet that, and someone else will pay money to that cause. Yep.
If I'm really feeling like unbelievably good, hell, I might repost an Instagram story. But that's like, it's got to be tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
tweeting for like awareness for Haiti earthquake that like everyone knows about.
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You ever retweet something and then you have to bury it with another tweet right after?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's
It's
go.
a person.
Yeah. Tommy.
It's tough. I'm between the line and the missing person, but I really do. I love, and like, it does make me feel bad when I'll be like, well, I can't retweet every fucking missing person I see.
How many missing people do you see?
What?
But imagine which ones you miss.
Or not even missing person, but GoFundMe or, whatever it is, charity thing. And, you got to pick your battles. But when you do it, you're like, I'm really making a difference. So I'm gonna go with retweeting missing child.
I like to imagine that like the ones you don't retweet, there's some Tommy's thoughts like Maniac that like would have seen it and found that kid.
would have absolutely saved a life.
Yeah.
So you got to retweet them all.
Glenny?
Got to be the GoFundMe. I mean, like the few times I've posted, like I've been sent like Long Island things, like local things, I'll post it.
Oh, yeah.
Get a long text from my mom saying how good of a boy I am.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good feeling. So another one for the GoFundMes. I would go for that as well. Pat.
Same thing. GoFundMe.
GoFundMes, Vibbsy.
With the heads up, I think like catching a foul ball like above like an old woman or like some children. I think I've caught a foul ball in an Indianapolis Indians game. We'll never change the name. Keep that in mind. But I think I've done that, and like everyone's like, "Wow, what a hero! That guy stepped in front of a speeding pitch to fucking save those kids." But I gotta say, missing person. It's just It's great. It's a good feeling. It's effortless.
Never get found.
Yeah, will never be found.
It's one of my favorite like videos or TikToks of all time. It's like how Apple expects you to react when you get like an Amber Alert, and it's like people just running out of their house. Like, oh my God, where are they?
There's actually a guy sitting right now between Klemmer and Tommy that did a great job raising awareness for someone that went missing a while back.
Oh no.
This guy's whole
Oh boy.
Isn't that right, Francis?
Ain't that right? Yep. Even here, no, I can't hear. So it's ironic you mentioned the foul ball. The number 1 seed was one of the most replied with things. Catching a foul ball and giving it to a little kid. That's always like, videos come out of the guy giving the kid a little ball, a little foul ball. Yeah.
Sports Center, yeah. And then there's that video of like the 10-year-old kid who caught it and gave it to like a girl.
Yeah.
It's like the riz on that kid.
Yep. So the foul ball is going against the retweeting the missing person or GoFundMe. Vibbsy.
Giving a foul ball to a kid. There's nothing more American than being at the ballpark and fucking helping the youth.
And helping the youth.
The
youths. Pat?
youths.
I disagree. It's retweeting because the people who give the foul ball away, they know what, like, heroicism. Is that a word? Heroicism?
Yes.
You have to do it out of the goodness of your heart. When you give a foul ball to someone,
It's the obligation.
you're doing it like, oh, look what I did. I gave a foul ball. I'm on TV. This is great. If you just retweet, well, I guess it's kind of the same.
It's exactly
It's very much
yeah.
the same thing.
Exactly.
I'm still going retweet. Fuck it.
Hey, do you have more respect for like the guy in the Red Sox game that threw the ball that hit Stanton? Like he caught the home run ball and just like chucked it back.
No, I don't care about that.
You're not a foul ball guy or a,
No, I don't give a fuck about anything that goes on in a baseball stadium.
Oh.
No offense to the baseball guys.
Clever said.
It's a dying sport.
It's doing great.
I would do it with the foul
Go to
ball.
the Red Sox on Friday.
I'll go for the foul ball thing as well. Just like those videos are always like they put them up as a tearjerker. Like, oh, look, he gave the ball to the kid. They're always nice. Glenny.
GoFundMe easily. So I'm only saying this
balls?
because, like, I mean, my dad's been going to Mets games since he was literally born. He was born in 1962. He said he's been in the vicinity of a foul ball like twice. You're just never in the vicinity of a foul ball. I think I've been in the vicinity of a foul ball once or twice on the top of my head. It just never happens. It seems like it's a fun thing to do. It seems like a very most all-American thing you could do is give a foul ball to a kid sitting near you. But I could retweet these GoFundMes all the time. The foul ball should never come across. So I'm going to GoFundMe.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, I think maybe if I experienced the foul ball, like I've been on the other side of it as a kid. Someone's given me a foul ball.
Oh, all right.
It
Oh.
was very nice, and I remember like always thinking as a kid, like I will never fucking give a foul ball to a kid. Like now,
I love that that's your instinct. Not pay it forward. It's like, I will.
well, no,
I will
now
hoard
it's
these.
like if I caught a foul, yeah, I would give it to a kid because like what am I gonna do? This fucking foul ball. What am I gonna do?
Okay, foul ball. What about a home?
Fucking dirty.
What about a home
baseball.
run?
I don't want this in my fucking apartment.
What about a home run?
What about a home run ball?
Same thing.
That it depends. Like if it's
An
if it's
Aaron
a
Judge
milestone-
home
Well,
run
that's
ball.
different.
If it's an Aaron Judge home run ball, it's mine.
Not a milestone though. Just a
It's all mine.
37th homer of the year.
It's like
It's a Melky Cabrera home run.
Charity.
I loved Melky Cabrera. That's my, I think a home run ball I might keep.
What if it was like, Jeter's last game, he hit a foul ball and you caught that foul?
Oh, that's mine. It's situational, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, fucking, Jose Trevino, it's a fucking foul ball that I catch. That's going to the nearest kid I've put my
Dude,
eye on.
my uncle is in his 60s and caught a foul ball at a Mets game. I hadn't talked to him in years. He called up everyone in our family. It was like he won the lottery. He was so excited about it. He would never give that ball away, though.
So maybe if I experienced that, I feel up. You know what? I retweeted something I think Chuck put out last night at GoFundMe. Retweeted that. Felt great about
I'm
myself.
gonna hammer it right now.
So yeah, I'm going with the retweet.
3-2 right now. Clemmer?
So I lived in Florida in 2003 and 2004, and I went to a ton of Tampa Bay, at the time, Delaware games, and the place was fucking empty. Like you'd have, and I mean, like not only would you have sections above to yourself, you'd have sections on the lower bowl to yourself. So you'd get a ton of foul balls because like they'd be hitting your section, you just like walk over a couple rows and pick it up, and you always give it to a kid. And I must have done it, I would say, really no less than like 15 times. It happened that often. Because you were on a Wednesday, there's no one there. There was like hundreds of people there. This happened in Montreal a couple of times too. And I went to Expo games in like 98, 99. There was just no one there. And you felt like a king. Because what happens is you'd have like 5 kids run over and you throw it to one. You feel like a king giving bread to the peasants. It's a wonderful feeling. So yes, I got to go with the foul ball.
Foul ball, so we're tied up. Sean, you're going to have to tie break us here.
I mean, I think, like Pat said, the foul ball is definitely a very obligatory thing. Like, a lot of times when you see people give away those foul balls, realistically, they probably don't want to do it. But it definitely makes them feel better. And I'll also argue that it's more, like, tangible. Like you can actually see that kid is like very happy to have the ball. Meanwhile, the retweets, realistically, you have no idea if you're actually doing anything. So, as much as I'd like to see the upset, I'm going foul ball.
Foul ball.
Next time I get a foul ball at a game, I'm going to say I'm holding this until I find a missing kid. Giving a foul ball to a missing child.
Foul ball is going to move on. Before we get to the second half of the bracket, let's talk about Rocket Money. Most Americans think they spend around...
I got Rocket Money recently.
You did?
I did. I downloaded it, set it up. It's eye-opening.
Eye-opening.
Spending your money on it's eye-opening.
Most Americans think they spend around $62 a month on subscriptions, but get this, the real number is closer to 300. That is literally thousands of dollars a year, half of which are probably forgotten about. Thankfully, like Tommy just said, we started using Rocket Money. They find a bunch of subscriptions that you forget about, and they help you cancel the ones that you don't want anymore. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can help grow your savings. They will even try to negotiate and lower your bills for you by up to 20%. All you have to do is submit a picture of your bill, and Rocket Money can take care of the rest. They deal with customer service for you, which is awesome. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's features. So stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/bracket. That's rocketmoney.com/bracket, rocketmoney.com/bracket. Shout out to the fellas over at Rocket Money. Now we have the 6 seed on the other side, the 6 seed versus the 11 seed. The 6 seed is paying for someone else's meal. You could say paying it forward, I guess, but like paying for someone else's meal in general, whether it's like you give it to like a homeless guy outside the street, whatever, something like that. And that's going up against the number 11 seed, winning over a dog that isn't good with new people. I like this one a lot. So when the person says specifically, this dog
really good.
Yeah, they say this dog doesn't like new people, and then like that dog just likes you. Oh.
I this weekend I was at my cousin's house, and she has a nice chocolate lab, and we were really hitting it off. She's like, she never likes men, and which maybe is,
You didn't think that one through.
maybe she just sensed estrogen in me, but it made me feel good until I just said it out loud.
That's so funny.
And did the math in my head.
So Klemmer, you go first. Paying for someone else's meal or winning over the dog?
Yeah, when I was high school age, I worked at McDonald's and I worked at the drive-thru, and people would sometimes you get in this trend of people would pay for the person's meal and back them, especially if like someone does it once. And
Who's gonna make the reference?
Yeah, Tim Robinson. Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
or did he?
It's a skit.
It's a famous skit.
Oh well, but it fucks you up. It makes it kind of a nightmare because you're trying to like you give someone the money, like it really makes the actual process really challenging, and it was like a real headache. Whenever that happened, you'd always like your shoulders would slump, like fuck, this sucks. You're giving food out, but it's the wrong price, and it was just a disaster.
Saving this person money like $9.
Right, and you're making my life a living hell for the next hour until some selfish fucker just takes the meal and goes. You're praying someone just does that. It was awful. And what was the other option? Oh, the dog. Oh my God, you feel like a king when a dog likes you and doesn't like anybody else. Even if you're like in a like a room or and like you're at somebody's house and the dog is just like nicer to you than other people. You're like, I have dogs. I love dogs. Dogs like me. You do feel like at one with nature.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that one.
You feel like you must be the best person in the room because dogs know good people. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things.
Yeah, and they can sense it. They can sense, a kindness, a warmth.
Tommy?
Yeah, like I said, made me feel great this weekend. Also, like, this was a legitimate fear I had for a while. Like, I think I actually had maybe 1 or 2 nightmares about it, that whenever I met Miss Peaches, she wasn't going to like me. She's like the most lovable dog, and I would always see videos, and, she'd meet employees, and she calls up with them. I was like, what if she like growls at me or something? Like, Dave's gonna fucking fire me. He's gonna I literally thoughts that went through my head, and then I did meet her in Chicago, and it was fine. We hit it off. Great dog.
The nicest dog.
Very nice dog.
So such a great dog. Such a great owner. And so that fear was averted, but it's still there. It's like, what if next time? But yeah, I'm gonna go with the dog.
The dog, Glenny?
Oh, this is easy for many reasons. Paying for someone else's meal. For 2 reasons. I don't know if it's about paying. Do homeless people count?
Yeah, I think so.
I've paid for a few.
No, they don't.
Are homeless people?
I'm saying I don't know if that would be like its own category, because I paid for a few homeless people's meals in my life, and it's awesome. I was in Penn Station one time. I was at Subway. Guy asked for some Subway. I said, sure. He got double meat, and I said, you know what? Enjoy.
That happened to me in a CVS. I was shit-faced, and I took a lady in. She's like, can I get food? I was like, yeah, no problem. She came in. She was loading up the fucking cart. I was like, take it easy, lady.
Holy shit, that's fine.
But that's fine. And then if you're talking about your friends too, like I personally, one of my favorite things in life is probably be my number 1 seed. It's when I'm at like maybe lunch or a remotely nice dinner with my friends now, and I'll just be like, I'll just pay for it.
I got it.
That's a top
You
feeling.
did that at a deli with me and Marty a few weeks.
Yeah, it's a great feeling.
Deli is like birthplace deli, and he was like, "This one's on."
Well, my hero.
No, it's actually Mama's of Corona in Corona, Queens. Leo's Latticini. Nancy's, great place. Got like 3 names. But yeah, paying for your friend's food it arouses me. So I'm gonna go with that.
2-1 in favor of the dog.
I have to go dog. I think that's a great feeling when a dog picks you out of a room of people. You feel like a hero. Going dog.
Dog, Vibbsy.
Dog, easy, hands down.
Dog, easy. The dog is going to move on.
Those are some likable dog people, huh?
And that's now we have the 3 seed versus the 14 seed. There was a couple different versions of this submitted, so I just made it into more of a broader one. Helping older people in any capacity. So like more, you could imply it into certain things like other options here, but I think just mostly just helping old people. And that's going up against the number 14 seed. I like this one too, breaking down boxes before you recycle them instead of just throwing them out as they are.
It's a space thing. It's like
Sometimes it's spacing, sometimes it's not, depending on where you.
I don't always do that. I'll be honest.
I'd break down boxes. I never
either.
feel heroic doing it though.
I would also assume
I'll use 10
if,
trash bags before I break it.
Break down a box.
If a garbage man is gonna even see an unbroken down box, he's gonna throw it in the back and say they're crushed in a
Depends
second.
on the living situation too, so I guess I should count that. But Vibbsy, you're up first.
Yeah, breaking down boxes brings me no joy, nothing. Old people. No, that makes me feel like a hero. I helped the lady at the airport. There was an old man who he had bandages over his eyes, and he just got dropped out of a taxi, and he was just standing on the side of the street. And I was like, "Do you need some help?" And he was like, "I'm trying to find the optometrist." And I had to walk him to this building. I was like, "All right, here you go, man." But that made me feel like a big person. Mm-hmm. I felt great. And I thought about that for weeks. And yeah, old people, they're so frail and fragile. And
Grilling Klemmer as he says it.
I will say, I know Vibbs and Tommy have both. I think you too, Kenjac. You guys have helped me with some technology stuff that I'm confused.
okay,
In the office since I've been here.
Well, I don't even remember that.
Yes.
But that
You helped me with Instagram. Yeah, I remember. You helped me get my Instagram set up and I don't know how that stuff works.
no, I think it's low hanging fruit to make fun of you for being old, but I've traveled with you
Yes.
a couple times in the last couple months. In the airport, it is like traveling with my dad. He's like, "We got to go print off the paper ticket," and it's
I do the printing board pass.
every time we go through TSA, he has like a fucking 24-ounce bottle of shaving cream, and you're just like, "How do you it's 3 ounces. There's a rule," and he's like, "They make up the rules every time."
Yeah. Well, it's because when I started traveling for work, TSA wasn't a thing. 9/11 hadn't happened.
What happened?
Yet.
Oh.
You know, right. So the whole world changed, and then on top of it, I'm always uncomfortable if I don't have the paper boarding pass. I need it. I know, it drives my wife crazy because she'll have the digital one, but I need to have it, or else I feel like I'm missing something.
It's more assurance.
So here's the thing. You don't need to have it.
I know. I
You
don't.
can get it right on your phone.
I mean, I never do that, but there is a part of me that's like, well, what if my phone, I don't know, fucking
Eyes are
Yeah, it's also if I don't I know that in my brain, but I would have anxiety if I didn't have it with me because I've had it with me for 40 years. If you travel a certain way, if you do something for 40 years, to ask me to switch it up, it's I'm not.
You gotta wait you gotta go to the fucking kiosk when you get there.
No,
I'm
but-
always confused. I'm like,
So there's a
still print this shit
This is
out?
smart. I think it's a win for me. You go there and then you can check to see what seats are available. So let's say for instance I have a seat where I'm next to someone in the middle, but if I look at the seating,
You're prime middle
do
seat
this
guy.
on
I was gonna say you can.
no. I'm saying let's say I have a window seat and there's someone next to me in the middle seat. If I print out my boarding pass, I'm looking at the list of the seats, and I can jump to a row where there's nobody
You
next
can
to
also do that on your phone. So
Yes,
easily.
you can.
I quite literally do
People
that.
don't do it,
I do
though.
that on my phone 3 minutes before boarding.
me. That's smart.
Every single time I fly.
That's smart. Yeah. I
I don't want to make fun of you either for being old. Like that.
I don't know that
Making fun of
stuff.
for
but-
being old isn't just low hanging fruit. The fruit's on the fucking ground.
Yeah,
You have to go out of your way to pick it up. It's almost annoying to make fun of you for being old. That one is
I actually
taking a lot for me to not see.
I also take that back for anybody out there saying hearing what I just said. 10 minutes before Delta shuts down the seating chart, but before 10 minutes you could look.
It's good notes.
If you ever see me on a flight, don't do it on my flight though.
But I am when it comes to traveling stuff, you do see how some of the oldness does come out. It's the whole world changed, man. You do things on your phone.
You help me. Yes, come on, I got you.
Everyone has these phones. We all have the phones now, and it literally changed everything overnight. I remember when it happened. It was holy shit. It was crazy.
We have one for the olds. Patty?
I'm going olds.
Going
For sure.
Going for the olds. Is you have to help Joey with anything?
Oh God, so many things. So many. It's gonna enrage me and ruin the show. So we'll move on. But yes,
Joey's my age. We're born the same year.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of struggle.
That is
I think sometimes people use their age as a crutch. They almost play it up to have to not do things.
Yeah.
It's also like
I think if it's a genuine old person, then you feel heroic. If it's Joey being like, "Oh, I don't know how to post on TikTok," it's like you do.
It's also like
Well,
just being old doesn't make you a good person. You could be an absolute piece of shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. Most old people, if you think about like maybe what some of their beliefs might be not the best. But it's but that's
Some old people were concentration camp guards.
yeah. Point.
Argentina. Good.
Yeah, flat lines, brother.
I would go with the helping olds as well, and I would say to almost to your point, I think that the old people when they do that, they play dumb to make you do things that they probably could do. I think that they're playing on the idea that they know you want to feel more heroic.
Oh, I think they're
I mean,
just
that's
lazy.
honestly
They're
heroic
just
by
lazy.
them to give you that heroic.
give you the heroic feeling. Yeah, it's a symbiotic relationship.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Klemmer, for your service. Glenny.
Immediately when you said helping olds, I kind of just thought about talking to them. And they love when you talk to them.
Oh, yeah.
I like
Yeah.
talking to an old. It's good to. Growing up, me and my buddy Frank, there was an old about 2 blocks from me, and we walked by him one day. He was sitting outside, and we talked to him for days, and then we became friends with him, and he died. Rest in peace. But great guy. It's just, they love when you talk to them. I like talking to the olds. I'm going helping the olds via conversation.
Olds, Tommy.
Makes you feel young too if you talk to an old.
In fact, like to a real old.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's an RO?
70.
70.
Yeah,
War. I want to talk about a war.
Yeah, war. Someone.
Yeah, Vietnam, Korea, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Tommy.
Yeah, and getting a compliment. I was at the Barstool Classic last week in Boston, and Mr. and Mrs. Portnoy were there, and they were staying at my hotel. Saw them down, got sat next to them, ate breakfast together. We were talking, and then I think Mrs. Portnoy asked, like, "Do you have any siblings or something?" I was like, "No, only Charles." Like, "Oh, you're such a nice." Like, she said something like, "You're such a nice boy," and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, can you please text Dave and tell me you just said that? And I was like, that made me feel amazing. I didn't like help them with anything particularly, but I would love to help an old lady cross the street one day. Obviously, that's a trope, but never had it happen.
They're out there.
They're out there. I might just try to hunt one down.
Yeah, I was about to say you should just
Try and
stand in the
hunt an
corner.
old person.
Yeah. So I'll go with the helping olds in any.
Would you help an old sexually? Like if an old lady and you were hitting it off and she's like, "Hey, I haven't been laid in a while." Would you?
I let her
help
blow me.
You don't let her blow you.
Nice
Suck
idea.
this dick. Yeah, I gotta go for
Take
it.
the teeth out, Tom.
Honestly, it probably would feel better. No teeth.
That's got to be in a movie.
Yeah.
I think that's
That
definitely.
is definitely
some
in a
sort of
movie.
I can't think which movie it is.
Clemmer.
I like what Gunny said about the conversation. Like, imagine getting like actually like really old. Like, people around you die. It must be awful. Like, your friends are gone. Maybe your spouse is gone. Like, your kids are growing up, moved away. Like, you must be such a lonely experience. So I think like talking to an old person, hearing their stories, and like you said, like hearing about like wars and like what they live. That's interesting. So it's like a win-win, and it makes me feel like better as a person when I have those conversations.
I do think it is like it is helping them. They like to talk.
And it also like makes you feel like good.
Yeah.
So I think that's a huge
Win-win.
W. Yes.
Win-win. Now we have the 7 seed versus the 10 seed. The 7 seed is holding the door open for multiple people. So you let a first person wave go in, you let more in. Also holding the elevator door so other people can get to you. And that's going up against the number 10 seed, giving good directions to people. They ask for directions, you tell them exactly where to go. Great. The fucking bust. Start with you, Klemmer.
Definitely direct. The door holding people, I think, are people pretending to be nice. Like, they're almost like what murderers or killers would do to like look like they're being a good person. Is holding the door because it's so obvious and clear. But I don't know. I never trust the intent.
They want that thank you. They want the.
Yeah, I don't.
If you don't get a thank you, it's nothing gets.
Oh yeah.
No, you always give the thank you, but I always wonder if there's other.
People don't.
There's
Lady at Starbucks a few weeks ago didn't give me anything.
Yeah.
It
I will follow you back to your apartment and kill you.
the holding the door. I think sometimes you have other intentions.
There was this old like homeless guy in a wheelchair that would always sit outside of Grand Central when I was like going through there a lot, and he would always sit there and like just hold the door open for people, and I would always go out of my way to use a different door because I was like, I don't want to feel like I have to give him $1 because he held the fucking door open.
Same with like
No.
7-Eleven near me. Like I dislike that grift. I'm not a fan.
And what's the other option again? I'm sorry.
Going up against it's holding doors versus
the directions.
Directions, yeah.
So yeah, a couple of times I've given like the wrong directions out. I didn't like not on purpose, not to be a dick. It's soul crushing.
Did it once, felt so bad.
It felt so bad. You realize like a block away, like, oh fuck, I told that person wrong, and you feel awful. But when you give out the right directions, pep in your step. You're feeling good. You're like, oh, I helped someone who was lost. Like, oh, what a good guy I am. He didn't ask anyone else. He asked me, and I helped him. Like, that's a great feeling. That one. That's gonna be tough to beat.
I think it's weird to say, but also I think it's kind of when you live in New York or a bigger city, like when they ask you and they think you're like a local, just an extra feeling on top of that too.
Yes,
Great
They
feeling.
wanted a seasoned New Yorkers take, huh? All right.
Exactly. Tommy?
Yeah, the door. I think the elevator door is a big step over regular door. Like if it's about to close and you put your hand out,
Yeah.
and it opens. That's a great feeling. But the directions one it's one of my favorite feelings. Just period. Like having, like you said, like they picked you out. They said, this guy looks like he knows his shit. I'm gonna ask him. It happens in New York City a decent amount. There's one time like a year or two ago, this Spanish woman or two daughters. They really didn't speak English. They were asking me something. Subway. I couldn't really understand exactly what they wanted. I was trying to point out where the subway is, but there was a language barrier.
Necesito direcciones.
Yeah.
So I walked this
No?
fucking family to the subway.
Oh, that's a
And
good feeling.
Oh,
Wow,
I
that's
might
an
have
extra
I
step.
might have put them on the wrong fucking train. I don't know where the fuck they were going, but I walked them to a subway. And could they have ended up, in fucking Staten Island or some shit? Yeah.
They go, we got one. Get the guns ready. We got one.
Tommy's calling INS on one phone and like fucking directing the wrong
Yeah.
way in the other.
yeah. Oh, by the way, can I see your fucking citizenship? But yeah, no, that I still think about that morning a lot. And I hope they found wherever they were going because I might not have sent them the right way, but it made me feel good.
2 for the directions, Glenny.
Yeah, I mean, if you hold the door open for more than one person, you're a fucking chooch. You just want the thank yous for no reason other than that. And the elevators, frankly, when I get in an elevator, I try to run and close the doors as quickly as possible. I don't want anybody else on there. Like if I'm in a hotel lobby, I'm running on there and hitting close. I don't want that awkward sound to people I don't know. And at the end of the day, it's not like 1980. There's 6 elevators in every building you're in now. So if you don't make that one, you can get the next one.
They might not want to be in the elevator with us either.
Yeah.
So you're almost doing them a service.
Elevators are an awkward experience most of the time. You got to, like, oh, do you say something? Do you say, oh, have a good day? It's stupid. And I don't really care about the map thing, but I'm just going to go map thing by default.
I would go with the directions one as well. Like 2 days ago, older lady came up to me from European. She's like,
Double whammy.
yeah. She's like, hey, where's Christopher Street? And I was like, oh, it's and I stopped to think for a second, and then she looked and saw where the street sign was, and she's like, oh, it's right there. Never mind. And I was like, fuck, like, let me tell you where it is. I know where it is. That one really hurt. But yeah, I'd go with the directions. Pat,
It's directions versus what again?
holding the door.
Oh, yeah. I'm like Glenny. Fuck out of here. I'm not holding the door open so we can have an awkward 40 seconds together. I'm good. I'm doing us both a favor. Directions wins. It's not even close.
Directions, Vibbsy.
Yeah, when you hold the door open at like a restaurant and like 4 people go through and some guy's like, "Oh, you work here?" Huh? It's like, "Shut the fuck up." Dad jokes. But what?
So I'll fucking kill you and your family.
Giving directions. I gave directions to a grandma and a granddaughter on like how to use the train. I felt so fucking cool. And they're like, I'm like, where are you guys from? I'm like, oh, we're from the Midwest. We're from Michigan. I go, yeah, I used to be just like you at one point. Not knowing where anything was, just a hayseed, but I know this city now.
I love describing someone as a hayseed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's giving directions.
Giving directions, going to move on. Now we're going to do our chain game for the 15 seed. First option being putting away other people's trays at TSA.
Yeah.
Mentioned earlier, Glenny. Catching something that was just about to fall down. Finding a video that someone has been searching for a long time but couldn't find. This is a newer one, but I do love that feeling. And I feel like it's happened here a few times. People have asked me because they thought I could, like, I'm better at searching for dark, weird shit, and I've been able to find it. I remember one time, very specifically, PFT was trying to find a video of there was a porno with a girl getting eaten out on a kitchen sink, and the guy was wearing a Barstool shirt. like you just see the stars and stool thing on the back of his shirt, and he's like, I need to find this. And I found it.
Probably in your fucking bookmark.
Yeah.
And I found it, and I was like, yes.
I love that
We
he
need a beheading video.
also he.
I'll get you that in seconds.
This is the opposite of like someone finding like, oh wow, you want help from me for directions?
Yeah.
They're looking to you for the most vile, despicable things they can find.
Yeah, anything you need, I can find it. But then after that, we have not throw. I like this one, Glenny. Not throwing to first base when a fat guy gets an outfield hit in softball. I like that one a lot.
It's all class.
And
It's all class.
and then another Glenny one I really like: texting your mom when you land. Actually, texting your mom when you land after.
I
a
do
trip.
that all the time. Yeah.
I never do. That's a problem with me. She texts me all the time, and when I take off, I fly Delta all the time, and she'll text me 2 hours after I land. Oh, you landed? And I just go to her. Did you hear about the Delta A320 crashing? No, I'm here.
I always send my boarding pass to my mom and dad, and then the second I turn off airplane mode, I text them land.
Yeah.
We flew back together yesterday. I texted them landed, even though they were on the same plane.
Yeah. Every now and then.
When is that going to stop, dude? I got it. My parents don't even know when
When
I'm
are
on
you
the
going to use a
plane.
digital boarding pass?
I do want to say something really quick. This intern out here, is friends with a friend of mine from home, and he peed the bed at their house on the 4th of July, and then I found out he peed the bed again 2 weeks ago at his parents' house.
Ooh.
Neuresis or something?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I just had to say that.
Guy.
Yeah.
Poor kid, I've never even seen him.
He's a bed peer.
The bedwetter.
Anyway.
15 seed again. We'll run through the options really quick. Putting away other people's trays at TSA, catching something that's about to fall, finding the video, not throwing to first base, or texting your mom when you land. Vibbsy.
I'm gonna use this time. There's a video that I've been looking for. I want the internet to find it if they can. Anytime like Sydney Sweeney posts like a picture of her tits or something, there's a response of there's a man with like a whip, and he's like keeping like 500 beagle dogs back, and they're like all barking. He's like keeping them all back behind him, and I can't find that video, but it made me laugh so hard. So if anyone can find that, please send that to at the Jeff Vibert.
I mean, if we're on that topic, there's an old YouTube video I loved of this old white guy sitting with like a robe reading the lyrics to Crank That by Soulja Boy. A really white old way, and I thought it was so fucking funny, and I can't find it. So I'll put that on people's radars as well.
Yeah, but if I had to pick putting away trays at TSA, you're a fucking hero. But they have now the automatic put away, and it's kind of stealing the shine. I don't like that.
So gonna go with the Vibbsy, say one more time.
Stealing trays, putting trays away.
Putting trays away. Pat.
I'm going to do the same thing because it's not expected. I think people don't expect people to put trays away. It's kind of expected if you text your mom and do the other things. But it's an act of service putting the trays away. It's going above and beyond, and that's heroic.
When there's a bunch of them, I look at them and it's like, yep, guess I'll do it. And I step up and I start stacking them, and I'm that hero.
I kind of like it too. I kind of just like the feel of stacking stuff.
Oh yeah.
Stacking stuff is fun. I'm going with the stacking as well, Glenny.
I'm pretty fast, so I've never been threatened to possibly be thrown out to first base. But I've seen my uncle is a bigger guy. Some teams would try to throw him out. It's no class when people do that. I've had kids on my team try to throw out fat guys. If they get the fucking hit, let them have the hit, okay? But outside of that, I got to go with the trays. I mean, there's just a great fit. When you're going through security, I usually allot myself 20, 25 minutes to go through. And I'll always do it. If I get through extra time, and like Viv just said, there's a tower of ones, I'll stack them up, put them all in there. If you just take your shit and run away, and if you don't have a flight to immediately catch, scumbag. So I love the TSA trays. That's probably my number one, actually. That would maybe be my number one seed.
Picking up the trays, Tommy?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the trays. But like Vib said, the automatic thing, and Glenny, me and you had a little back and forth about this once at an airport because I think I didn't do it, but it was an automatic thing. And I was like, well, I think with an automatic, it's tough. With the automatic, I've still, honestly, since we had that conversation, now, if it's automatic, I still do it. But it to me is more like if they're piling up, you got to do it. But if it's automatic and yours is the only one, I feel like it should just return itself.
Scumbag.
I don't think that's scumbag behavior. I gotta go pee. But I'm gonna go with the trays. I mean, yeah, sometimes you'll have like somebody else help you. Like I think recently there's like two of us and we're like giving each other like, yep, we're the heroes, fucking hero, like everybody else does. So I'm gonna go with the tray.
If someone tried to help me with the trays, I would berate them.
I got it,
Bitch,
Don't worry about
fuck away. This
Where's
is
your
my
family? I'll
thing.
fucking kill them.
Klemmer.
Yeah, I'm so miserable in TSA, and because the whole time there, I'm like, we didn't used to have to do this. Like, this is such a waste of my time. It's all theater.
What's your worst opinion?
I don't know, man. Why do we go through the TSA?
So
like, why?
don't. So nobody fucking blows up the fucking
Brings a bomb in.
So we waste all of our.
That's worth 6
Is it?
to 8 minutes for me.
For everybody for our entire lives. I've seen
worth
studies that have shown it's not actually.
No, they got to. They have to tone it back. TSA needs to chill the fuck
Also,
out.
does it
I think
also?
they're toning it back a little too much.
You said so they don't
Let us
bring
bring a
bombs.
fucking
What
water
bombs
bottle
do they bring? Like the shoe bomber guy.
I'd
one's
rather
bringing
someone
a
not
bomb.
They didn't bring guns on 9/11 either.
The world's a lot worse now than it was.
No, it's
Every
not.
flight has an air marshal on it. Fun fact.
We've talked about this on here before. That might not be true. But
As I said it, I thought it also might not be true, but I do need to tone back.
I want to try to
TSA.
convince my flight one time that I'm the air marshal. Just sit down and be like,
Yeah.
so, you know,
Back in
I'm
here,
actually
yeah.
the air
Let
marshal.
let the pilots get strapped up, and then eliminate TSA. Let the pilots get strapped.
We
up.
did used to give a lot of faith to hijackers. Like people would just routinely hijack planes, and it was like,
all the time.
Yep.
So just bring it back.
Yeah.
It's not always terrorists. I know there's like a stoolie that works at Newark, and he said
Who's a
during
terrorist?
Who's a terrorist? He said during Christmas time,
Osama bin
someone brought a loaded handgun onto through the fucking baggage or whatever didn't have the safety on. It was just a loaded handgun with the safety off, and it's like, yeah, I don't want that on my plane.
Yeah, that more
Yeah,
than
of course. No,
In like Tennessee, they have signs in like more rural airports, no handguns allowed on the plane. Like they don't have that in fucking LaGuardia.
Didn't a football player got busted bringing a gun into an
Yes.
airport, right?
probably.
people brought guns in before. Sometimes people just have guns in them. And they walk on with no. They just fuck. I forgot I had my my house keys in my pocket.
Listen,
That's
brother,
how they carry their
protects
guns.
1A. That's how it
If
works.
we
It's not gonna change, but that
if we got
so
rid
we
of
should
that,
we should spend the rest of our lives waiting in line because someone somewhere accidentally brings a gun on a plane with no
not
intent to shoot anybody.
We do that because 9/11 happened. It's not
Yeah.
because someone
If
accidentally.
we
put a gun
got rid
on
of
a plane.
TSA at an airport, there would be a terrorist attack, shooting, something like that on an airplane within a week.
I don't think they would.
I
Absolutely.
agree. I agree. There would be if we just completely got rid of it. But I think if you slowly toned it back to where like, oh, now we can bring on water bottles. Okay, now we don't have to have everyone go through the fucking whatever. Scan the wiping of the hands. What the fuck
Fine
is
by
that
me.
shit?
As much security as possible.
How many hours of human life have been wasted because of TSA?
But I feel like
How many hours of human life have been saved? because
Ooh,
of
good.
yeah, if you
good
pay
retort.
attention to history,
No, the
Probably
studies
not
prove
that
it's
much.
not. It's much. We've lost much more time than
There-
we would have.
agree.
Yeah, but losing your time because you waited online for 9 minutes versus losing your life because somebody bought on a gun is a huge difference of lost time.
Also, no one is letting anyone hijack a plane anymore. The second someone stands up, the passengers will do something.
Also,
I
guess what
don't
we
agree
get?
with that.
Guess what we
I
started?
Up with a fucking
100%.
gun. They're shooting at
Dude,
least.
if someone stood
How
up,
did we get into this conversation?
if someone
wants to
stood
get
up
rid
with
of
a
TSA.
gun on a plane, people are taking bullets.
Also, you know what we started doing? We started locking the cockpit doors, so it wouldn't happen again, guys.
they could still shoot a bunch of people on the plane.
But that's not going to happen because people are going to run.
We could shoot people on a train. Why doesn't that happen?
We should have
No,
that.
what-
Oh, we should have
Don't
security
say
on
that.
trains.
I don't want people getting ideas
No,
about
but
it.
like,
Tommy wants Big Brother.
no, but then
I literally want security everywhere.
need to
we
move
don't have.
I want to go into a fucking Walgreens.
No TSA is a fucking hot take.
Move
to China.
Hot take. It's a bit. Why don't we have it on trains? Why don't we have it on buses? You know why? Because it's not a real thing. It's theater, and you
Terrorism
want.
is not theater.
No,
Theater.
I feel like back in
It is theater.
the 70s, like a plane got hijacked like every day.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't happen every day.
Yeah, but they'd want like a
It was-
fucking.
It happened a lot more often for sure.
Yeah.
But did not happen every
Yeah,
day.
but they weren't suicidal. They would be like, "Give me $100 grand cash, and then
I
I'll
would
get off."
still rather not be on a plane where that happened.
No shit, Tommy, but you're saying the worst possible situation. So I'd rather not be in the plane. Yeah, but the likelihood of you even being on that plane back in the 80s or 90s was so minuscule. But you know what's a guarantee? You wasting your time every time you fly.
I don't think I go through TSA in 5 minutes. I don't think that's
You can get on a train without even going through metal detector.
It's also
Why
a
is
waste
that?
of time.
Then
Go
why-
to the
then
kiosk
why?
and get your printed boarding pass.
Why are we okay to go on trains and buses?
Great point, Glenny.
again. You're arguing that point to the wrong guy because I'd have security everywhere.
I think because trains are fixed, like you know where you're going. What are they gonna have a runaway train and like
you're on the
steer it
track.
into?
It's
a
Because the
fucking building?
government makes money off of TSA.
Now we're talking. Here we go.
That's why.
No, he's,
Here we go.
It gave everyone.
All of the
it gave-
paper
Make some
trail.
money off fucking train TSA then.
It gave the government an excuse to control it, and that's what's happened. And then
I
we
would have
lost, and you know what happened? Yeah, you have a whole new generation of you young kids,
Liberal cucks.
that you guys grew up with it. So you're like, all right, it's fine. Like it's the normal for you guys. But everyone my age or older is like, what the fuck are we doing? We lost.
I would have an armed
it's
guard on
overkill.
every corner of Manhattan.
Would you ever own a gun?
Klemmer, I'll buy your TSA pre-check.
Oh, all right.
It's not about that. It also pre-check. I saw Ev actually tweet about this today.
Horrible treat on Ev's part.
bad.
I mean, like, I agree. It's not like a lot of money. It's like, was it $80
For 5 years.
5 years.
I know, but like, what
Really?
you win? What you win is 5 minutes like less. You're
You
still
do-
winning the
it's
tournament.
honestly-
year is like $300 a year. I have to
Do you
pay
buy
for
like a
this shit.
splash pass or whatever, or like a fast pass at Disney?
I guess I would.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's for one day. This is for 5 years. So
It's also, it's not even the wait time much. It's nice, like, not having to take your shoes, belt, jacket, like, laptop.
But I'm waiting
that
either
was
way. In the
way
airport,
less.
I'm waiting either way. Either I'm waiting in
Yeah.
security or I'm waiting at the terminal.
Even to the fast
At
pass.
Disney, I'm going to get on rides faster.
Yeah, but
You're
like
going to get on the plane fast.
No, you're not. You're not going to get in the plane. You're going to get in the
Getting
plane
on-
the same exact
Yeah.
time.
If you're
as everyone
running,
else.
if you're running late, it could be the difference between making and missing a flight.
no, oh well, yeah, no, that's never. I've never missed a flight in my life.
be waiting in line less is the idea.
I'm willing to risk my life to get rid of TSA.
Me too.
Oh, I'm not.
Absolutely.
I am not in the slightest.
I'm willing to risk I'm willing to risk a shoe bomb
Yep.
and I'm willing to risk a shoe bomb and a knife to get up to.
I said, that, Glenny,
it back.
how long, if we got rid of TSA tomorrow, how long until there's like an attack, a shooting, something on a plane?
Are you?
Why doesn't it happen?
Is it gone
Why doesn't it happen
100%?
on a train then?
But
I think if you got rid of it, it'd be like, whoa, it's open.
Didn't it happen on a
Would even
train?
make-
in
I think there would be.
It doesn't happen very often at all, though.
There'll be
Why?
a lot more heroic
Europe.
acts.
Europe,
There'll be a lot more heroic
like
acts, and that's
20 years ago, you couldn't even a movie about it. But why doesn't it happen now? Because you know why? Because the threats aren't that extreme. What happened on 9/11 was horrible.
We've got probably about 10 to 12 million military-aged men here that are
Let's go, Tom.
ready to strike.
I was so fired up from
I
yesterday.
just want to
TNC.
take down a terrorist. If I'm being honest with you, I would love to be on a plane where someone got frisky and you.
I mean,
to Wonton Don.
Don, exactly.
That's
hero.
a dream scenario to be heroic on a plane. Stop it.
Stop
Oh,
it.
well,
Stop it.
anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, which one of these things do you feel like here?
Catching something fast that's falling.
Catching something fast and falling for old Klemmer.
what is the match?
I don't even know.
It was the TSA ones is moving through
the bit.
TSA wants to move through the
Dude, that was a-
trays. I'm
The
assuming Tommy
trays.
Klemmer.
I'm just so mad about the trays. I don't even. I just want to get out of there. I'm just so annoyed.
So putting away the trays is going up against the number 2 seed, giving up your seat for somebody else on public transit. So you're on a subway, you're on a bus, whatever.
Fuck out of here. I'm not giving
Pregnant
up.
woman, old person, whatever. You give up your seat for them. Which one of these feelings makes you feel more like a hero? Putting away the trays at TSA or giving up your seat to an older person? Clever.
Give me a seat. Like if I see a pregnant woman or older person, I'm always gonna go to my seat. Also, I think this sitting is kind of overrated. Now I'm sitting in this gross, filthy thing. Like sitting down, is not as great as it may appear.
I'm getting rid of
Balls. Balls.
He hates TSA and sitting.
Balls. Hey.
On a subway? The seats in subways are gross. It was a homeless guy's bed 2 hours ago.
Remember, I feel great. If I sit on a subway, I'm always like, ugh.
No,
But
I
sitting on a
kind of
fucking
agree.
subway.
Like I'll usually just stand on a subway because
Yeah, me
I don't
too.
want to have to even give up.
Exactly.
Go through giving up my seat.
Are you
Depends on
afraid
how long
to
the
touch the
trip is.
pole, Tommy? I feel like you.
Yeah,
I wash my hands immediately.
or I do like my elbow around it.
That's a dad move.
Yeah.
So one for giving up the seat from Klemmer, Tommy.
Yeah, I fucking hate giving up my seat. Like I hate sitting down because I hate the pressure of looking at every person that comes on and being like, should I give up my seat for this person? So I'll go with the trays.
You go with the trays, Glenny.
Yeah, I mean, for the record, I'm not a subway guy. I'm a Long Island Railroad guy. So it's a longer trip. It's about 40 minutes every time you do it. My little hack that I do, I go to the fat guy seat is what I call it. There's a secluded seat by itself. That's a bend down seat by the doors transferring
fold down,
cars.
okay, yeah.
I go to that one secluded so no one even looks at me. Because to get out of that pressure if something does come. But like if you see like a pregnant lady or like a woman with kids, then you got to get up. And I'm never happy about that. I want to sit, so I hate doing that. So I'm gonna go with, and also like I said, the TSA trays is that's probably my number one. If this is my personal bracket, that'd be number one. I'm going TSA
So
trays.
2 for the trays, 1 for giving up the seat. It pains me to admit it, but sometimes in the LIR, if I see like someone who I should give up a seat for, I'll pretend to be asleep.
That's
a
great.
boy.
That's
I don't
great.
hate that. I don't hate that.
What a piece of shit.
I get to the train super early all the time. I'm a very early traveler, so when I get there, so I don't have to give up a seat, and so I can get a seat. So if I'll tuck in, and if there's a shit ton of people, I'll just like.
I mean, if you have
I do that on
if you have like the
Amtrak.
window on an LIRR, there's no explanation.
No, you're good. But then it gets annoying too because you have to do it. But then it's not like, oh, I feel good about myself. It's I fucking really want to sit.
Standing up.
Yeah.
I will say Long Island Railroad seats are much nicer than subway seats. So I'm saying the subway seats used to be like a homeless guy's bed.
It's
That's
a
not
longer
the case.
trip.
at
It's a
all.
longer
At
trip,
the
too.
Long Island Railroad.
The one that's like it's so worn down, the paint is like coming off it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's gross. So I'd go with the which one makes you feel more heroic giving up the seat? So 2-2, Pat.
I agree. Giving up the seat, the trays again. That is not my job. You're giving up a seat out of the goodness of your heart for someone. That's more heroic.
See, that's what was ringing about is we all know we have to do it, but none of us want to do it.
But you
That in and of itself is.
I don't feel good when I do it. I want to sit.
I get pissed when I do it, but like that in and of itself, I feel is more heroic
I
than
don't get
stacking
pissed when
trays.
I'm stacking trays.
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Like I see a lady with her young kids walk by, and I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta get up for this.
I get mad if someone is there and they walk away from their tray. Like I'm always going to take my own tray and stack it. I hate when people are frazzled in the airport line. Like getting their fucking stuff off the line is the worst in the world.
I hate when people get dressed at the thing, like they
Oh, I
start
do.
putting everything.
If you're fast
Get out of the
enough,
way.
you can do it though.
Because you're still waiting for everything, but there's sometimes where it's backed up and like they don't have time and they're just taking their fucking sweet time. And you're
it's like,
God,
how do you have fucking questions about this? Look at what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, but the rules change. Like they're like, you'll be taking your shoes off. Like, oh, you don't have to take your shoes off today, and you're just like, what?
Yeah.
I just feel like it's
They do change the rules up.
Yeah,
just make it up.
There needs to be like a sign that says this is what we're doing today, like this off, but there's
They get
none.
so angry.
They're always angry. Yeah.
What happened to that one machine? And I think it's the one you go through where you put your hands up. They can like see your dick and balls and tits,
My
right?
dick gets stopped every single time I go through it. The Lidos machine, when you put your hands up like this, randomly about a year and a half ago, every single time I go through it, my dick goes off, and I get the full dick search every single time.
An STD.
I don't know, bro. I don't know what it is.
Do they touch your dick? They do back of the hand dick touching?
They do. They go in between your leg like this, and then across it, and your ass too.
You have a very
Any
sharp-looking
hotties ever do it?
No, they bring in dudes. Then there'll be some guys that are like, all right, you're good. Like, but then there'll be some guys that will really fucking try it.
I just touched
my problem is I'm ticklish. I laugh during it. so they
freak probably flipping his balls.
every single time I'm laughing during it.
Put tinfoil in between his balls and cock.
Luckily, shout out TSA Pre. Since I've gotten TSA Pre about 2 months ago, you don't get to go through those machines anymore. So I haven't got my dick searched in 2 months.
There you go.
Glenny
Yeah.
purposely putting metal on his dick so
He
people
wraps
will
his
start-
cock in tinfoil. Dude, sometimes just because I don't want to do it, I'll be like, oh, I have a bad shoulder. I have to go through the metal detector. So I don't have to fucking do this.
You know that guy went home and told his wife, "Listen, we had to search this guy." He started laughing.
Giggling at him.
It's crazy.
It happened. Well, it did happen. Every single time it happened.
Or like that guy, like a week later, he's like watching, like just scrolling through Instagram reels and sees you talking to like
Scrolling through
And it's-
OnlyFans?
And it's weird because
talking to Drake. I touched his cock yesterday.
it's weird because I've been traveling. We've been traveling for Sunday nonstop for 4 years. This probably started happening a year and a half ago, and every single time.
Check your dick.
I have.
Vibbsy, it's 3-2 in favor of giving up the seat right now.
Wait, I thought all three of us voted for the trip.
No, what is it now? I give him a seat. I voted for that.
Forget the seat,
Yeah. I'm gonna have to say give up the seat. Even if you're at like a restaurant and you're waiting for the fucking table and there's like an old lady like giving it up, you just feel good. You just feel good.
Great.
Helping old people. I think that's just the overall theme.
Old people,
It's
pregnant
good to help
people.
old people.
Yeah. So giving up the seat's going to move on before we get into the playoffs. Let's talk about ZocDoc, one that me and Tommy both very passionate
Great
about
app.
for a
Great website.
long time before they were ever a sponsor. Love ZocDoc. The new ad right for you too. You know the party game Would You Rather? Well, I recently saw a survey that asked men that they'd rather do instead of going to the doctor, and men said that they would rather clean their entire house, file taxes, change a tire, and the last thing we'd rather do is find the right doctor and make an appointment until discovering ZocDoc. You know, that story isn't that's not an anecdote from my real life, but that is actually kind of true. I hated going to the doctor, and ZocDoc did make it significantly much easier. ZocDoc is the free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and choose the right one for your needs, and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about in-network appointments that with more than 10,000 or 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty, from mental health to dental health to eye care to skincare and much more. Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within 24 to 72 hours of booking. You can even score same-day appointments. We love ZocDoc here. It's awesome. I think the story I've shared before with ZocDoc is like I had a fucking like infection in my nose, and the doctor, he's like, if something doesn't go right, if it doesn't get better within a week, come and we do another appointment. I tried to book another appointment because it didn't get better, and he's like, yeah, you can't come back for another 3 weeks. Which is fucking insane. So I went to a different doctor through ZocDoc, both of them, and managed to get it fixed. It was awesome. So stop putting off doctor's appointments. Go to ZocDoc.com/lights and find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/lights, ZocDoc.com/lights. Shout out to ZocDoc. All right, playoffs. First matchup is reaching something for a short person versus finding something that someone lost. Starting with you, Wibbsy.
Finding something someone lost. You like I said, if you're returning the wallet, you could have stolen that wallet. You could have kept it for yourself. You didn't. That's heroic. And then the reaction of seeing their smile, seeing their face when you give it back to them, it just feels good.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels good.
Finding something lost. Pat?
I agree. Finding something lost, not even close.
2 for finding something lost. I think I would go for that as well. Finding something lost. Glenny?
I'm gonna go with the shorter person thing. I also just remembered the thrill of boarding a plane and picking up someone's bag and putting it up there. It's a fun thing, so I'm gonna go with that one.
Finding something lost.
Yeah, finding something, or not even.
Sorry,
dare I say, not even finding something lost. Just like someone drops something and you pick it up. Like it doesn't even have to be a wallet. They could drop a fucking, I don't know, hair tie or something, and I'm still gonna pick it up and give it.
Mm-hmm. Clemmer?
Remember when I worked in an office about 10 years ago, a coworker of mine lost their wallet, and the person who found it brought it to the office, and everyone treated this guy like a god. Oh, you're so nice. Oh, that's so kind of you. Oh, pass in the back. You would have this guy just won a Super Bowl. So yeah, I think finding something lost is a special kind of heroic feeling.
So finding something lost is going to move on. Now we have the giving the foul ball to the little kid versus the traffic courtesy from we mentioned before. So like letting someone merge. You mentioned, Tommy, was it stopping someone before they...
Yeah, stopping your date from getting hit. Purposely almost letting your date get hit by a car.
Manipulating your date situation into making yourself seem a hero. Yeah, very Dennis Reynolds. So Klemmer, you're first.
Yeah, like I mentioned the foul ball thing, but I haven't caught a foul ball or been near a foul ball since 2005. So I got to go with the traffic courtesy. It happened this weekend to me. Like, so it's got to be that. I mean,
Traffic?
Yeah, letting someone in the lane. I mean, just the little wave, the wave back.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a good man.
Tommy?
It's tough, but I think I'll go with the foul ball because there's even heroicism in catching the foul ball. Like, it's an athletic possibly feat. Again, I haven't had it happen on the side of giving it away, but I would love if I had to choose like tomorrow, what would I rather do and what would make me feel better? It's catching the foul ball.
See, I've never caught a foul ball. I've picked up 15 foul balls.
I've never caught one in the air.
15 is a high number.
The video,
Something like that. Yeah, because like I said, I had your own section to trop. Like you would just be hitting that section. You like walk up rows, pick it up, look at it. If a kid came near, oh, here you go.
kind of funny the video of Dana where he caught the foul ball, but like it was like a Rube Goldberg machine getting to him. Like it bounced off like 18 different things before it reached
Banged off the roof and
Wasn't he talking about something totally inane and ridiculous right before the ball? Him and Eddie.
Fuck, I forgot what it was. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
they're smelling each other's armpits or something.
That's what he's looking at his armpit.
Yeah.
Glenny.
Yeah, I mean, now that I lost the first round with the foul ball, I'm going to go foul ball. Once again, I've never done it. It's got to be an immaculate feeling just to see that. There's something special about just seeing a kid happy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, hey, I'm going to that game tonight, sitting down right field line. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed for Glenny.
It'll happen tonight. Maybe it'll happen tonight.
2 for the foul ball, 1 for traffic. I would go for, I think the foul ball thing, I think we'd mentioned it earlier before. I think that the idea that it's so rare, like you would definitely feel like a hero, but I think it's almost too rare. The traffic thing is an ordinary thing, which I feel like it's more accessible. So I'd go with the traffic courtesy, with the exception of Tommy's insane manipulated situation. Pat.
I'm going to go with foul ball because like I said, in traffic, it's almost like an obligation for safety. All right, I don't know what's going on here. Let me let this person merge, whatever. Giving a foul ball away is just out of the kindness of your heart, and you are indeed that kid's hero.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going with.
Vibbsy?
Foul ball. As long as you barehand it, if you are an adult and you bring a glove to the baseball park, you are a loser.
Mm-hmm.
Big time loser. You're not a hero. But yeah.
I like the videos where it's like a dad with a kid in one hand and he just like they barehand it out of midair.
That's always that's the coolest thing you can do.
That plays big time.
Even cooler than having like a beer in your hand and catching it like
See
the
the one
baby in that.
Yesterday or the day before where the dad dropped the baby, caught the thing, held his beer, and then re-scooped up the baby. I think Barstool posted it was good.
Foul. So catching the foul ball versus finding something that was lost to go into the finals. Wibbsy.
What were they again?
Catching the foul ball and giving to the kid, or finding something that someone lost.
Yeah, foul ball. I'm just gonna go foul ball. It's fucking American as hell.
Mm-hmm. Foul ball. Pat.
Yeah, I think I got to do foul ball. There's too much of a wide range of things. Like people lose something, it could mean a lot to them. It could mean not that much to them. It means a lot if someone gives you a foul ball, no matter how you look at it.
I think I would go again with the ordinary thing. The finding the lost thing is very nice, so I'd go with that. Glenny?
Foul ball, baby.
Foul ball from Glenny again. Fingers
Going with
crossed.
the finding the lost thing. I think it happens more often, and if someone drops, $100 bill, $20 bill or something, and you're heroic enough to not just pocket it and give it back, you feel amazing. You got to think karma's going to come back, and hopefully you only do it because you hope karma's on your side. So yeah, the returning lost item.
My mom pockets money a lot.
Really?
What?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like she
What do you
finds
mean?
money in?
Like she'll find 20. Like she's doing my laundry, she'll find like $20 in my pocket. She just keeps it.
Well, that's different. How about a stranger? Like, what if a stranger
That's rent, Glenny.
paying bills? How about if she found like $20 in the street? That could be anybody's.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm keeping that.
Well, that
I'm probably keeping
different.
that. I'm probably keeping $20.
If you saw it fall out of someone's pocket,
That's different. Then I would give it
if
back.
you saw a 5 fall out of someone's
I
pocket.
never touch anything on the ground like that because I'm always afraid someone's going to come by and get it later. Like, what if they realize they lost it and retrace their
A
steps?
$5 bill.
Nothing.
If you saw
I
$100
love
bills,
What if they really need
$1
it?
bill on the streets? I'm sure it'll be there.
But what if they need? Like, what if they really? They probably need it more than I need.
My
this
dad
pound
would not
$5.
return the cash because of his money finding competition, which I talked about on here one time.
oh, that's right.
If he finds a 20, that's huge ups over Uncle Jimmy. He's jumping into the standings.
Okay, so 3 for the foul ball, 2 for the finding the lost item.
I'm gonna go finding the lost item. By the way, Dave Portnoy has a funny quote about said about the karma thing. He says he believes people only do nice things for somebody for like a reason, for an ulterior motive. There's no nice things in the world. You're only doing nice things for.
That's an episode of Friends. Phoebe challenges Joey challenges Phoebe that no one's ever done a selfless act
Yeah.
ever. And like at one point Phoebe lets a bee sting her and she says, "Oh, I let a bee sting me. Now he gets to go tell all his bee friends that he stung me." And they're like, "No, he just died."
He died. I'd like to think there is.
Give me an example.
I mean, well, anything I say, then you could twist it, but I hope to think there is, I guess. Maybe
It doesn't make you feel good.
Think about it.
Putting
It's like an old philosophy.
putting shopping carts away, I think, is a great test. Like, coming back to that thing, like, it doesn't make me feel necessarily good, but it's like the right thing to do. But it also, like, I did do it because it's the right thing to do.
You're doing it because you know it's the
So
right.
then the shopping cart guy doesn't have to put it away. You feel good?
Right.
Yeah, but
It
you
doesn't make me feel better.
the transaction in this is you are receiving the feeling of feeling good.
I don't really feel that good. I'm saying I don't feel that
You're
good
receiving
about
the feeling of not feeling bad.
Yeah.
it. That's true, I guess. Right. 'cause I
Or
feel bad
receiving
if I
something
left
out of it.
Yes.
Even like karma in a way is like it's inherently that's
Like, why are you doing it? So
Well, I don't believe
you
in
don't
karma.
feel bad.
I think karma doesn't exist.
Ooh, I like karma. There's no selfless good deed.
Well, Kirkman has a great line about karma. It's like, if karma exists, then explain to me like a 7-year-old leukemia patient.
Yeah, that's true.
What did that kid do wrong?
Speaking of very lighthearted things, Sean, you can rake the tie here. We are 3-3 right now in the semifinal game between giving a foul ball to a kid versus finding a lost item.
These are both very heroic, but I've seen people like get on SportsCenter for giving a foul ball away. I've never seen anybody on SportsCenter for finding a lost item. So that's my justification. Give me the foul ball.
Foul
Oh,
ball.
I think
thought it was
that
going the other way.
justification should make you vote for the finding the lost item.
I agree.
Yeah, then you're not getting the highlights.
You're not getting anything
The
out of it.
problem about the finding a lost item thing is at the end of the day, most of the 9 out of 10 times you're finding a lost item, it's by chance. At least a foul ball, you're catching a fucking foul ball.
True.
That's also
by chance too. You have to be the right place at the right time.
You got to actually catch the ball and fight crazy people.
Not necessarily, I said you pick one up.
If you're going to Tampa Bay Devilry games, and
There's certainly more skill.
So foul ball's moving to the semifinal game. Now we have helping old people versus winning over a dog's affection. That's not a dog. Doesn't like people. Klemmer.
What was the first one again? I'm sorry.
Helping old people.
Winning,
It's a tough one.
helping dogs. I mean, helping dogs. Helping old people does make me feel. Helping old people, I guess, does make me feel better. Like, because the dog is finding me. I'm helping the person. So helping old people.
Helping old people.
Yeah, the dog liking you, I guess, doesn't really make you feel like a hero. It just makes you feel like good. Makes you feel like, oh, nice.
Makes you feel better than.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fair, that's
Makes you feel better than the other people.
I'm better than all of you.
Yeah, good point.
Old
Wibbsy.
people is more
My energy
common
is
Vibbs
superior.
W.
Yeah.
Let's get
My
some
aura.
Vibbs W
My
in the
vibes
chat.
are immaculate.
Let's get some Wibbs in the
Yeah,
comments.
big Wibbs in the comments.
Whibs. So yeah, I'll go with the old.
Olds.
I love the olds. I'm sticking with the olds.
Sticking with the olds. I would go after that fantastic observation by Wibbsy.
Wibbs.
I would go with helping the olds as well. Pat?
Olds.
Olds. Wibbsy.
Love the olds.
Olds. And then the other side, we have giving up your seat to somebody. Pregnant, old, doesn't really matter. Going up against the giving good directions. Wibbsy. Give it all you thought you got.
what it is.
He wants another. He really wants to have another great observation. I can tell.
Yeah, I feel like I just need to leave. Just
On the best note.
Yeah, well, the vibes are high. Just leave. Man, I don't know. I always feel, whenever I give up my seat, I think we were talking about it earlier. I just feel angry. I'm like, God, why'd I have to do that? Yeah. What was the other one? Sorry.
Giving good directions.
Yeah, giving good directions does feel good. I'm gonna go giving directions.
Giving directions, Pat.
It feels better to give up your seat than to give directions. Giving directions to someone is a pain in the ass. Got to repeat yourself. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's slowing you down from whatever you're doing. Giving up your seat is pure chivalry, and that is heroic.
1-1, I would go with the giving up the seat too. It's just a better feeling. The good directions, I feel more accomplished than heroic.
Right.
I feel like I'm smart. I actually knew what directions to give them.
I'm gonna go with directions solely because I'm very against giving up the seat. Like I like once again, I've said I do give up the seat, but just because I'm a functioning member of society. Like I'm not happy about it. I don't feel good about it. I despise doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the other one.
2-2, Tommy.
Directions. I think this is my 1-1. I will say sometimes, like especially now, someone asks, like I'll internally think in my head, like take out your fucking phone and like pull up Apple Maps. Like how dumb are you? But still makes me feel great.
Klemmer?
Like having the right answer makes me feel really good, and like giving someone good directions like makes me feel like really good.
It doesn't make you feel like heroic.
Yeah.
It kind of does. Like I save their day. It makes me, it's like this rewarding feeling where giving my seat feels more like an obligation. Like I don't mind. It's fine. It's like I'm not like sitting down is sitting down is fine. Staying down. Either way, I'm on this fucking train. I want to be here. Like it's fine. But giving someone good directions gives me like a warmth.
But that's a task. It's like it's a task to give someone. There's no task in giving up your seat, I feel like.
Exactly. So it's a task. It's more. There's more to do it. It's more heroic.
Yeah, it makes me. I just like this is totally like how I feel, but like I feel better when I give someone good directions than I do when I give up my seat, like in my stomach.
I'll think about it for months.
Yeah.
If not years.
Jesus Christ.
If you gave up your seat on public transportation and like the driver like got on the thing and made an announcement like this man just gave up his seat, I think I'd fucking pick that. But it's no.
Yeah.
Would you give up a first class seat to a veteran?
No.
Coming home from war.
Yeah, guy's in full camo, has his bag. He's out. He looks really tired. He probably just got off some horrible plane to get to America.
He's trying.
Become a Delta Medallion Platinum member, buddy.
Oh,
Shit. So direct.
Such a piece of shit. Huh?
Such a piece of shit.
You get the board first.
there's a Louis C.K. bit.
I
where
can
he's like,
watch
just-
you take their first class seat.
Members of our military or people who need help board. That's weird. Enough.
There's a Louis C.K. bit where he's like, just the thought of giving up my seat to a veteran is like enough. I don't have to actually give it up to him. It's just the thought of me doing it
almost
in my head. Yeah.
I might do it.
Any other good Louis C.K. bets you know?
He's a good guy. Great man.
I worked on a show for a few years, Louis. Great show on FX.
Did he ever beat off into a plant in front of you?
Not in front of me.
Got it.
Not in front of me. That's the most important part. So giving good directions is going up against helping old people. Starting out with you, Klemmer. Let's go into the finals.
Both these make me feel really good. Like if they have like a good story with an old person, or if you give, but giving good directions, I feel makes me feel more heroic. The other one makes me feel like, oh, like I get something else out of that too. Like you said, it makes both people feel good. I feel more heroic when I give good directions. I got nothing out of it besides this great feeling and this heroic thing I just did.
Mm-hmm.
Directions.
One for directions.
Yeah, you know what I just thought of? Vibbs' speech at the dozen. How amazing that was.
You remember that?
I remember it really well.
Oh man, yeah.
So good.
A lot of people call it the deck stacked against us cards or
Everyone
deck
has their
stacked
own
against
name
us
for it, but
speech.
Great speech. But yeah, I'm gonna go with directions. This is a powerhouse. I mean, giving directions to an old person.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If we could combine them, but to me, it's the giving directions part that stands above. So I don't think that's gonna lose for me.
For directions, Glenny.
I'm gonna stick with the olds. I mean, I know giving directions is nice. I know we all mentioned it before. It's very cool when someone seeks you out to be the direction giver. It's a great feeling. But at the end of the day, like they're just trying to get to where they're going. The olds, I feel like if you really talk to the olds, that will make their week. Really just talk to them and let them talk.
They'll tell
About
people
when
you
hot
talk
dogs
to.
were a nickel
Yeah.
in the Cuban Missile Crisis. Like they'd love that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stick with the olds.
The olds. This just reminded me of I went to N Julie at Broadway Play. Got tickets through Game Time. Thanks, Game Time. Well, I was sitting on like the end cap of an aisle, and an older guy was walking down it, and he started like I thought he was trying to get into his seat on the other side, but he was falling over. So I jumped up and I stopped him from falling, and I got him like back up, and he was like, "Oh, thank you so much." He started like walking back down, and I sat down and I was feeling really good, like hyped up. And my fiance like leans over and talks to me. She's like, "Babe, like you just flashed your whole ass." The entire fucking theater, like my whole ass came out of my shorts
Damn.
because I had jumped so fast to go
You
get
have a
the-
hairy ass, I bet.
Oh, it's not good.
Oh,
Not good.
really? Oh.
So I would normally go for the older one, but now I'm gonna go for direction, just remembering that story. Pat?
You have to go for olds. Like I said, to me, directions is a task, and I don't think it's like. I think the reason they chose you to give directions is because you're the least scary person around. That's all it is. It's not like
point.
it's not like, oh, they chose me. It's like, no, you're the one who is least likely to rob them, beat them, whatever.
But it also means you look put together. Like, oh, this person has their shit together. That's a good feeling.
I do
Yes, or
worry
you just
how
look the
many-
least like a scumbag.
I worry how many times I've missed giving someone. Because a lot of times, like someone starts trying to talk to you on the street in New York City, you just keep fucking walking. And it's like
I just feel very.
how many people are like
white
going to ask me
when
for
someone asks
directions?
directions.
On that.
I don't know. It's got to be olds. That's you're doing a service for the olds.
3-2 in favor of directions. Wibbsy?
Yeah, helping the olds. It's helping the olds. Even just like, is it calling my grandpa? I call my grandpa. He's the loneliest man in the world. But just like hearing his voice whenever I'm like, hey, grandpa. He's like, oh, hey. He's so excited. He thinks he's 93 years old. He's very, very healthy. He's not dying anytime soon. he at the doctor they told him that, and he's like, I think God's punishing me.
Oh my God.
And he's sitting there with my mom, and mom's just like, what? And then my mom told us that story, and my dad is like, well, did he say what he thinks he's being punished for? It's like, I think my grandpa did some crazy shit in Korea, like during the war. Like he was just.
Oh my God, he's like Gran Torino.
Yeah. It's like, grandpa. Helping old people.
3-3 right now. Sean, you got to break for who goes into the finals, directions versus helping the old people.
Yeah, being an old person's got to be so boring. So, like the simple thing of, I think Klemmer brought it up earlier, just having a conversation with them has to make their day. So helping old people.
So this leads to us having a very interesting final, helping young kids by giving them the foul ball or helping old people.
Classic battle.
Great matchup.
The olds versus the youngs.
Starting out with you, Libsy.
Lib.
Stop. Really, everybody stop.
Yeah. Whoa. You don't talk to Wibbs like that, all right?
Jeff Libert.
It's helping old people. Kids, they got plenty of time to grow up and have a good future. The old people, their time's limited. Unless
for your
they're being
grandpa.
punished by God. Yes.
The Almighty. Pat.
Oh, this is tough. I think it is, I guess, more heroic to give a foul ball away, but at the same time, it takes a lot more out of you to sit there and talk with an old. Like it takes effort. Not that it's like a pain in the ass, but it takes effort. And I think just the effort and the conscious decision, because a lot of times you give a foul ball away, it's spur of the moment. Oh, just let me give it away. If you're sitting having a conversation with an old, you're engaging with them. Like Glenny said, you're making their week, their month. They're going to tell people. You're possibly curing their loneliness. It's got to be the olds for me.
Another for the olds. I would go for the olds as well. It's like it means more to them. Like the kid, it means a lot right then.
More. Kids will forget about it on the way back home. McDonald's drive-through. They're thinking about what's in that fucking bag.
Unless you're on SportsCenter, that part's cool. But then again, that's an ulterior motive. So I don't know. Glenny.
Yeah, that was a perfect description, Pat. I mean, to my knowledge, when you're talking to the old, the real olds, you give them that satisfaction. They just fucking love it. Granted, they don't shut up, but they just love it.
They're appreciative of it.
Yeah, they're appreciative.
Kids aren't appreciative.
Being able to talk about it.
Yeah.
That Viv story made me think of, like, my grandma's maybe the opposite. I just visited her in Florida this weekend. She's not a big talk. Like, at this point, like, when she's done, she'll, like, you talk to her for 2 minutes and she'll pretend to be asleep. so that you leave the room. It's like, I've had enough of this. I'll just shut down.
She said everything she needs to say.
yeah. She's like, can these people get the fuck out of my room?
Just pulling a Kenjac, just faking sleeps.
But, yeah, the helping, like, yeah, I think it was either Wibbs or Pat that said it about, like, the young people have way more time left. Like the old people, they're on borrowed time, helping them out. Great feeling.
Klemmer.
Yeah, as someone who's had foul balls before, like if you don't give it to the kid right away, it's annoying. Then they just keep pestering you. So you almost give it away. Just go away. Just get away from me. Luckily, I haven't had any I want to keep, so I gave them away. But like, if I want to keep one, it'd be so annoying. Where helping the old person, you're just helping them. Like there's no benefit. Like there's a benefit to giving the foul ball to get the kids to stop annoying you. When you help the old people, you just feel good. It just is good. It's more heroic, I think.
So you didn't keep any of the foul balls that you picked up?
None. I don't have.
What if you had like
the only foul ball I have is one my uncle got for me when I was 15. We had a game together, and he caught it, and he gave it to me. I think I still have it in New Hampshire in storage.
That's nice.
None of the ones I have from Florida I have.
So that means that the winner of the bracket 140 is helping out old people, worthy champion. We did have a couple honorable mentions. If you get delivered the wrong person's mail, going and giving them the mail.
Oh, that's very heroic. Yes.
I like that one. Folding an item that you tried on at the store. So like you try on a shirt and you take it off, you fold it up.
Nope. I'm so bad at folding. I always fuck it up.
They always have to refold it either way, so it wouldn't
No.
matter, I guess. So like giving someone money they dropped, which I guess was kind of included underneath another one. Opening a bottle or a jar for an old person or a girl. Tommy, you put?
I think I did that one too.
Yeah. Untangling someone's earphones. I do love doing that. That's more for me though. I like it.
I just hate doing it myself. So if someone does it for me, they're like the biggest hero.
Killing a bug with your bare hands or in general. Another one from Tom.
Makes me feel great.
Love killing bugs. But yeah, a couple other I mentioned. I don't think they couldn't have made it anyway. But either way, 140 winner is helping out old people. Thank you guys for joining. We'll be back next week with a new topic.